Welcome back to another episode of New York Giants Daily Fix. Um, we were coming off of a 13-10 loss versus the New York Jets. It is heartbreaking and defeating to root for this team. We had a 99.9% chance of winning this game in the fourth quarter, and in Giants fashion, we somehow come up with a loss. How are you feeling?
I mean, like all I can do is like laugh, bro. Like this shit, it's like it's embarrassing.
It's
It's
comical.
it's I've I, we should the conversation we should be having right now is Kayvon sealed the game, 3 sack performance, balls out, gets us the dub. Instead, we have to talk about how the Giants run out there with an injured kicker, allegedly, reportedly, um, and can't get it done. He
Yeah,
misses the kick, and they just walk down there in 20 seconds, and it's not the defense's fault. Given that obviously they walk down on the defense, it's not their fault. Offense didn't do a damn thing the whole game. The entire
no.
game, second half, where were they?
It was Tommy DeVito, and that's something I have a problem with the coaching staff, and it might even be up to Joe Shane. How can we roll out Tommy DeVito as our quarterback too if we don't trust him to throw anything?
It's beyond infuriating. You have this guy. Why have him on the roster if you're not gonna if you
It's
don't
li-
trust the ability to throw the ball? And I understand their game plan might have been to run the ball, which is fine. But your game plan was to not throw the ball at all. Like,
it's completely false. I mean, I watched the press conferences with Daboll, and he was saying it was like, yeah, due to the weather and uh just the Jets defense, we were going to run the ball, and I was like, no, like of course we are going to run the ball, but Tommy DeVito threw the ball like four times in the game, maybe. I don't know exactly, but they're all swing passes to Saquon, which is basically extensions of the run game.
yeah, it was pathetic. I mean, if that's what they were going to roll out there on Sunday, and that's what their game plan was for offense, they need to reevaluate that room. I don't
Dude, it's
know.
it's
I don't know what it is.
pathetic.
Like, it's disgusting. Is it going to like you don't trust an NFL quarterback to throw the ball one time? Like, it's infuriating. The line
No.
was pathetic, but I guess we kind of knew they were going to get dominated in a sense. We were just hoping that they would do enough. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And I mean, I blame Daboll for a few decisions he made in this game, but
They could have missed the kick,
but but
but Daboll
before we get into the kicking stuff, before we get into that, if we won this game, people would kind of be praising Daboll. He was like, "Oh, we have a practice squad quarterback. We somehow found a way to get it done."
Yeah, true. But this is
But
the
but
English
Dable's
was.
but Dable's decision to go for the field goal on 4th and 1 is a hot topic, and
I don't agree with it.
uh,
With-
I see both sides. I didn't realize how hurt Graham Gano was until after the game, because then people were like, "Oh, before the game, it was like not a game time decision, but he was dealing with some type of injury." And Graham Gano is obviously not kicking the way we know he can kick. He missed two field goals this game. If he just made one of them, we win. Um, and it's frustrating because if we did go for it, if we gave the ball to Saquon Barkley, our best player, we would have won this game and possibly won the Bills game. Be 4-4 right now.
Yep. It's just these are the coaching errors, though. You know what I mean? It's like,
We didn't see this last year.
yeah, that's we saw some of it, but we were more successful. We got the better end of it. We weren't the two. We would be the Jets last year in this situation.
Yeah,
Like, but it's like Graham Gano misses a kick. You can credit it to the injury, and you can also credit some of it to the weather conditions at the game. I guess it was a little rainy, a little windy, whatever. But if you don't trust the man that you gave the ball 36 times to get you 1 yard in the most crucial point of the game, what was the point? Like, well, I don't understand the thought process there. You gave the ball 36 times. I've never seen a running back get the ball that much in one game.
no.
Like, that's
It
some real throwback. That's a
yeah,
real throwback thing.
we should be celebrating Saquon Barkley for carrying this whole offense last game and
Absolutely.
Kayvon Thibodeau, but instead
And
we're
that.
trading and Dex. Yeah, of course. Dex had one of the best games out of a defensive tackle ever. But Instead, we're trading away players. We're
Yeah,
almost in like kind of rebuild mode. Uh,
it's just that's just the outcome of the game. I guess if they won on Sunday, they would have had a different, I guess, approach. Maybe they would have a different approach, but they just they really they really disappointed. That
how
fourth quarter operation, like the way they operated, that was horrible, like absolutely terrible.
how
Um,
do you feel about the news about Daniel Jones being cleared before the game?
Indifferent.
I mean I if he was cleared before the game, of course he didn't get any QB1 reps in practice. He doesn't know the game plan, but throw him out there.
I disagree. That's where I'm going to disagree. It's just, I think due to him getting injured, being on that field and absorbing all those hits, going against this defense in particular, that's going to hit him without a week of practice, without a week of getting acclimated. I just don't think it's like he had a week of practice, but it's not contact. And I'm not sure
No,
I'm going to do much contact during the week as like
no,
regardless. But
no. What I'm talking about is throw him out there as QB2. If Tyrod gets hurt, you don't need Daniel Jones to be slinging the ball around, but he could do better than what Tyrod Taylor did. All you need to do is 3-step dropbacks with him. Make sure he does not get hit. Do a quick slant.
I think
Like
the chance with this offensive line is just always there,
you
bro.
think?
Yeah, it's just always there. Right now, it's just always. We have Justin Pugh playing left tackle. He's just
Yeah.
not a left tackle.
That's I mean that's just my opinion. I would have Daniel Jones back there at QB2, but if you did, it would probably be a
I
QB
respect the decision
controversy.
to not play him because they have a lot of money invested into him, and I understand the
True.
injury guarantees down the line. If he gets hurt again, they're like it triggers, I guess, injury guarantee in 2025 or something like that for 23 million against the cap. So I understand their easy approach and not really trying to rush him back into it. I can respect that, but if you know that Tommy DeVito is going to be your backup all week, and you're insinuating he's going to be your backup, and that's it, that's the plan. Um, why is he not getting QB1 reps?
Yeah.
Why is he?
Yeah.
You
He's
know
not
what I mean?
he didn't get one.
Why is he not getting QB1 reps? Why is he not getting like a feel with the wide receiver one, with the QB, with the all line one? Knowing Tyrod's injury history and knowing that Daniel Jones was only a hit away and Tyrod was likely on his way as well, um, I just think they could have went about it in a better way. I think they were just completely unprepared and not. I guess they didn't have the thought of Tommy DeVito playing on Sunday. I didn't think they would. I didn't think they saw that as a
No,
possibility.
they did not
And
see
they
that
played
as a
for the goal,
possibility.
and we saw what happened when he came in. They were like, "Oh, we don't know what to do because we didn't practice with you all week. We didn't put
No.
you in, nothing."
No. It was really sad. It was and like to the Giants' credit, like the run game kind of worked. Like they knew we were gonna run the ball. The Jets knew we were giving it to Saquon Barkley every play. And somehow we were
Some plays worked.
driving.
Some plays worked.
Some
There's just
plays
some.
worked. We should have came away with a win, no matter how ugly it is.
Listen, I
Should
mean,
have.
enough of the ugly. Offense was absolutely pathetic. I don't want to like. I can't. It hurts me to talk about how bad the offense looks. I'm sure it hurts you as well. But looking like at some positives of the game, you have a Kayvon out there. Brother had 3 sacks.
Dude,
I think he had 6 tackles or 7 solo tackles, 3 assists. Like, bro
a
went ham.
couple
Like, he really shut the crowd up. I know there were some comments with WFN, whatever.
WFN, yeah.
Yeah, I know there were some comments with him. I'm glad that he was able to step up. Uh, what you think
We have
about?
a superstar in the making.
I think we do too.
We
Tied
do.
for third right now in the league in sacks. I mean,
What's he projected like 18 sacks in the season, which is
something.
crazy.
Yeah, that's. Listen. If he gets over 12, like I'm happy. I'm
Yeah.
extremely. It's awesome. That's crazy. Going from 4 to 12 is like ridiculous. But what you think about Dexter Lawrence's game?
Oh, dude, Dexter Lawrence is the best nose tackle in the league, and he needs to be in consideration for Defensive Player of the Year, in my opinion. I mean,
100.
maybe that's just my biased Giants fan perspective, but yeah, he had 15 pressures
Correct.
versus the Jets. Dude, that's insane.
There was. It depends. I think Next Gen might have credited him with 12 and PFF, or Next Gen might have given him 15 or PFF gave him 12. One or the other happened. But I know that next gen stats, since they started in 2016, I believe, the highest pressure from a nose tackle, like the last five, I believe, were three of them were Dexter Lawrence, and then the other two were like under five.
Yeah,
It's in the last 2 years with Dexter Lawrence. So he's really becoming that dude. And he has
yeah,
44 right now, tied number one in the league.
yeah, and it sucks that this loss is like overshadowing what Kayvon and Dex did on defense. It really does suck, but it
They
just
really like they showed out for us and they just don't get rewarded because the team is just not the offense is just not capable. The defense
no.
is playing elite. Absolutely elite.
Yeah, the last 3 games we are letting up 11 points a game.
And no, we're letting up 11.3 and I think we're
Three?
scoring
Oh yeah, 11.3. Yeah, not bad. Yeah,
scoring 11. So yeah. Elite defense, terrible, beyond terrible offense.
yeah,
Unfathomable. I can't believe that this is what we're rolling out as an NFL team.
yeah. If you told me before the season by week 8 we would have the worst offense in the NFL, I wouldn't believe you.
Would have
I
been
would
there's no
not.
way. How is that possible?
No. Well,
Like,
yeah. Well, only way it could be possible if Andrew Thomas, Saquon, and Daniel Jones got hurt, and kind of to the credit they did. But
it could
yeah,
happen. Listen, a lot of the worst possible outcomes did happen this season.
everything that could go wrong did go wrong so far this season.
Absolutely. But I mean, listen, the Jets game, that's not one of those situations. That's just terrible, terrible,
Terrible
terrible.
all around. It was terrible, terrible coaching, terrible execution, terrible player personnel. It was awful. And on top of that, Darren Waller got hurt in like the first, I don't know, like 2 drives of the game.
Come on.
Popped
Come
a hammy.
on.
And I don't
And
even know who our backup. We have Bellinger, but after that, we don't have a tight end on the roster. So
I know I want to say was it the at the end of the game when they were driving for that field goal, the game tying field goal, and they called an offsides on Kayvon.
oh yeah, yeah, I saw the Kayvon posted something on Instagram where it was like, oh, I wasn't even off sides. Like it was just perfectly timed.
Listen, that's not an excuse, but it's just one of those things where it's just unfortunate that it happens in a game that's this close. But it
Yeah. And then Dory making that pass interference in overtime was
was
awful.
just like listen,
Awful.
untraditional way of thinking. I would like, and when we got the ball in overtime, like at the coin toss, when we were deciding who's going to get the ball, I was kind of hoping that we would kick the ball off. I
Yeah,
know
it would have been a crazy decision, but I agree with you because we can't move the ball, hopefully get a 3 and out and get decent field position.
we can't move the ball. They can't move the ball. If they're going to score a field goal, then I mean, we get a chance to score a field goal and tie it again.
Yeah.
If they either get a 3 and out, they're giving us the ball with 20 yards to score a field goal in the game, which is what we did for them. So, just terrible, just overall terrible execution on the offensive staff, on the offensive part. Players just terrible. Saquon, absolute monster. Just I wish the wide receivers didn't just collect a check on Sunday, but that's not their fault. Just just
They
it's just
literally just collected a check.
literally just showed up and said, "Hey, I'm here."
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. It's hard talking about this team when you care about them so much and they do bonehead shit. Oh my god. Well, this is our little reaction to this Jets game. Who do we have next week? We have the Raiders. We'll do something for that.
So
We know Daniel Jones will be starting, so maybe bring some life back into this offense. Who knows?
this
Um,
fan base into everything. Hopefully, he needs to step it up. If he plays how he played this season, we're not really going to do anything else. I'm not really looking
yeah,
forward.
Daniel. Yeah, Daniel Jones is playing for his job. I think the next
I,
rest of the season. But we'll talk about that in next episode. Thank
all
you
right.
guys for watching. We'll be back preview pod on for the Raiders. I'll see you guys.